Welcome to the Out There channel live stream 116. We've had a few niggles like we usually do, and so I had to re-queue the episode after 10 minutes. So it looks like it's working all right. I think picking up my voice. It's blinking sort of. The indicators on YouTube's not. I'm on the new YouTube browser is not that great. As Oh, anyway, we'll just cue some music, see the music's work, and the rest of the episode anyway. I mean, the rest of the intro. I'm still waking up. It's my lunchtime here. I went to bed at a ridiculous hour, 5 in the morning, I think it was. So we got this new timetables, should make it easier for people. And we corrected the New Zealand time on it. I think it's working.
Yeah, Gerard just went ahead and sent me a message that everything sounds great. So, leave some people there at the side chat.
At least you can relax with some music.
Oh, and I talked Silver into using his coupon to get his shirt, so
Cool.
Rob didn't say.
You'll be on the intro, by the way. This is all live now. Although I don't know how loud our voices go with the music. Here we go. Switching screen. Good to be back. Here we go. Hello. Good to be back. I don't know what we can do about now. Whether I could listen to that music. It's nice, relaxing. So we'll just pause that and switch to the desktop. And go from there. And while my brain kicks in. So it should be all go. We got Renee joining us on the side here. I'll just type my welcome message. Let's just see what keys are working. E's not working. I have to use a numpad one. Yes, so I accidentally hit the go live button by mistake. I was looking for the share button. It doesn't give you a pop-up saying, are you sure you want to go live? So I had to delete it and re-queue it. It was embarrassing. And then we couldn't get Discord with guest voices on. Well, really, it's just John at the moment, I think. Live stream. So Discord was playing up. So we went to Hangouts, and then it wouldn't allow me to queue a new live stream. It said the camera was in use, which I've never had that problem before, which is very strange. So here we got Renee and music. Yep, cool. Everyone's getting used to the music now. Simply join our Discord. It's like a Hangouts group, and you don't have to talk on that. You can use just text if you want to use text only, and join in on the UFO chat there when we're not actually live on YouTube. So it's like a community that's slowly growing, and we have some experts already jumping in there, PhDs. We got Chris Cogswell there on the Discord now, and Earl is going to join us as soon as he gets time to click the right links. He joined Discord, but he didn't click the link to join the actual group. Discord is a wee bit like Facebook in a way. When you join it, you have your own personal account, but like what you have on Facebook. And then you have these what you call servers, which is the same as Facebook's fan pages, but they're a bit more advanced, where you can have chat rooms of different permissions to let people and different sizes or whatever, and people can talk in them rather than do lots of typing. And you just click in it, and it just instantly drops you in, and uses your microphone on your device, automatically detects it hopefully, and no problem whatsoever. You don't have to say accept call or anything like that. You can just jump in. It was originally designed for computer gamers, where they can just jump into a room and start talking to up to 1,000 people or whatever it is that you want to set up, which is a ridiculous number. I don't know how it will work with 1,000 people, because you do get interrupted when you talk over each other. So that's not perfect, of course. So yeah. So what's on today? I haven't really got anything planned, but wanted to just recap some of the stuff on radar, which I didn't cover fully. So I've been doing a quick research before the live stream, and
I just sent Earl another message through Facebook with the Discord link. You can join in. So
yeah, it just to say, do you want to join our group? And you just click OK, and then it simply just adds them. I don't want to nag him too much, they either want to join or they don't. But I said to him, he doesn't have to be in the room chatting with people about UFOs all the time. I think he's stressed for time, like all of us. And I come in occasionally, check, maybe hang around for 10 minutes and go again myself. But sometimes I do chat for a couple of hours. So it depends how much time or how you're feeling. What you want to.
yeah,
It's a good place to go and rant off about all the problems you've had in the day. So yeah. So I was talking about Secure Team's radar thing, and the radar map on the last life. So I'll just recap that. So someone's here, why does weather radar doesn't pick up planes or aeroplanes or metal objects like UFOs? So someone down here has answered it for us for a summary. I'm an ex-military radar technician, used to seeing radar blips from aircraft. How come when you look at a weather radar, you blips from craft only clouds? Well, actually, that's not technically true too. You also pick up butterflies if they're in a mass, snow, ice particles, and birds, of course. I don't think you pick up weather balloons. I think the energy just goes around it or passes through it. But basically, what he says down here is radar used to track planes is higher frequency than what's used to track precipitation, which is water, of course. The higher frequency electromagnetic waves bounce off an airplane. The lower frequency waves used to track precipitation, what's happened, large enough to go around the aircraft. So it doesn't reflect off aircraft. So this idea that security was saying that they're dropping chaff to hide something is incorrect, because proper radar that tracks planes sees right through all that. It's only missiles and stuff like that's designed to zero in on smaller objects, as well as airplane exhaust or heat signature and all that sort of stuff. So it's using multiple sensors, so to speak, to make sure it's got the right target, else you'd be blowing up houses on the road or cars on the road accidentally or whatever. So the low frequency waves pick up large clusters of objects such as rain or snow, which is basically what I said. Some weather radar will pick up large flocks of birds as they take off, especially during migration season. Other times, especially on clear summer days, you can see a ring of activity around the weather radar site. The ring is usually dust particles in the air or bugs in dense enough quantities to show up on radar, which is quite interesting. That's right. In Minnesota, we not only have the mosquito season, but we can have mosquito weather like events. The radar images you see on your local TV are based on how dense precipitation is. The reading is translated into clouds to indicate the intensity of the precipitation. Usually green indicates lighter rain, while orange and red are gully washing downpours. Conversely, the higher frequency radar pierces through raindrops until it finds something relatively solid to bounce off, which is what plane radar does. That's why even if it's raining, aircraft controllers can still spot airplanes on their radar and not mistake rain for a squadron of invaders. So, which is basically what Tyler was blabbing on about. Again, fake news or misinformation. And there's this one. Why do radars use microwaves? So, as you know, we got microwave ovens. So, again, it's all talk about wavelengths. So, microwaves are energy waves between infrared, what we consider the heat range, and radio waves below 300 gigahertz. So, microwaves cover a huge range of frequencies. From 300 megahertz to 300 gigahertz, which are equivalent to wavelengths from about 1 millimeter to 1 meter that it bounces off, I guess. Objects that size. Radars. Well, how big is a raindrop? That would be a couple of millimeters, wouldn't it? Water precipitation. Yeah. Radars send out a wave of energy that is designed to reflect off an object and return to the receiver. The timing and change in the wave gives you information on the object it reflects. Wavelength of. Be soon back out again. Is that bigger than? Where's my thing gone? Hang on, let me just make sure the zoom's set. Right. Yeah, I think it was. Why is it off the edge there? That's really annoying. Yeah.
Earl just sent it back, letting you know he worked and he has the first class back, so he won't be able to join.
No, we weren't asking him to join. We're just asking him to join the group.
Right. Right. I know.
He said he was going to click the link at work, but he hasn't done that. Obviously, you know, I sent you a message on Discord. Anyway, I think that's not so big now, but it's still scrolling a bit too much. So see if I can read it with my eyes. One eye's a bit blurry, the other one's okay. This can be anything from a distance to speed and specific direction. The longer the wavelength, generally, the further you can send the wave. The lower the resolution as to the object information, and the slower the feedback. So yeah, it's quite a lot of technical stuff to all this one. So the longer range early warning radars and radars designed to track targets in a large well used. That doesn't sort of make sense. Track targets in a large well used lower frequency. I think there's some typos there. Lower frequency radar microwaves in the UHF VHF bands 30 to 3000 megahertz. So what's our home routers? They're microwave as well, but they only have like 50 milliwatts of energy, so they don't go very far. And as you know, if you go too far into the house through brick walls and stuff, you get really poor signal because it gets absorbed into the atoms and the brickwork and other stuff as it passes through, and also reflects off the atoms itself back in the opposite direction, but like radar. So your router's trying to send you data through the wall, bounces off the atoms back, or gets deflected and all that sort of business, and you end up with data being lost, and it's got to resend it through the internet. So yeah, you can get add-on antennas for your home router, which uses the microwave range, which is 2 point something gigahertz. Let's see, home routers, radio routers, because there's been a lot of debate whether home routers do affect people. Some what you call EMF sensitive, and it drives them crazy. Home router, radio on home router frequency. I think it's microwave. Let's see what happens. Okay. That's a bit lay terms there. Internet radio device. Does it tell us? Let's see. Frequencies. I think it's microwave. The microwave band. There we go. Because when you run a microwave, right, it leaks some radiation out, and it affects also your reception of your home router, as you probably found. Here you go. And most microwaves and wireless signals operate in the same part of the radio spectrum. That's a 2.4 gigahertz for routers and 2.45 gigahertz for microwaves. Because there's little gaps in the door around the microwave that leaks out some of the signal, and of course the microwave is using higher energy to heat up water to cook food. All food has water molecules in it, so that's why the microwave, when it's running and you're sort of on the opposite side of the microwave to the router in the house, that you get a really bad signal. So what they've done now is using 2 bands in the AC range, which is probably already new ones coming out. I think was it AK or something coming out. I can't remember now. I kind of vaguely remember reading about it. But yeah, they're using more and more bands. So the more bands you have, less likely the data is not going to be lost, because it can send it on multiple bands. That is like having multiple signals coming into your computer, which has got the same data or multiple chunks of the data, so it doesn't have to resend so much again. So you get it faster, even if it's lost. It's a bit like when they send stuff from space, from satellites. You get solar radiation that interferes with the radio signal. Often it doesn't sort of send back to the satellite saying resend that piece of picture image, because it's not like a normal internet, right? So that information is lost. So that's why you get on the sensors of some of these sun images, corruption that people are saying UFOs because it's not it hasn't talked back to the satellite to say resend that chunk of data because it's got lost, you know, in the signal. Because it's only got a certain amount of memory, and also it's spinning around the Earth. So there's all sorts of things where the radio signal can get lost. Which is the same with satellites that beam in transmissions from Pluto, of course, which probably take God knows how many minutes, because we know a radio signal or light speed from the sun is 8 minutes to Earth. So out in the outer ranges, it's going to take quite a long time. So probably can find that out on the internet here. So yeah, we're just trying to keep it to lay persons and not to get too technical. So how long, let's find out, how long does it take for a radio as if my keyboard works, how long? Hey, what was that?
That's Mom. Realized
All right.
came in and talked to the cat.
Oh, I thought she said the F word.
Yeah.
How long does it take to send radio probe Pluto? Should use the voice thing like I used to. There you go. 4 hours and 25 minutes. At Pluto's distance, radio signals from space probe back to Earth took 4 hours and 25 minutes. So even if you sent back, oh, we're missing a chunk of that photo, can you send me back it? It's already gone around past where the spot where it took the photograph, and it's probably taken more photographs, transmitting it back because you want to get as much data as possible. So they're not going to, they're just going to have to put up with any data loss, of course. And we saw on that Google Moon map that we looked at, remember all the missing data there where the satellite passes over and causes some disruption so they don't get a chunk of it. So if we go to Google Earth, just show you what I mean. And you can see that the satellites travel in different directions. So you get ones that are going crossways, diagonally, and Google Maps obviously gets permission to use the data, and they keep updating it and improving the quality. You know, a lot of it's from early not STS, the early Apollo missions, and kind of blurry, you know, taken from 5,000 kilometers above and all that sort of business. See, where's the option here? Is that one? Not that one. Must be that one. Moon. Sorry, Rene. What are you saying here down the side? You could just use Windows. Just use the Discord app.com, and you can use just like it Hangouts in a tab. So as you can see here, we can see stripy bits on the moon. As we go down, you can see it gets worse and worse, and you get these little black dots where they haven't got images as the satellite passed over. Something went wrong at that point. Maybe some cosmic radiation or sunburst or whatever, and that information got lost as they passed over the moon's surface. So, of course, hoaxers will say, oh, the NASA are covering up. But eventually, with all these probes going to the moon now, I think more and more data will become available. Really, they need to get hold of China's images and sort of overlay it So the further you go down, the blurrier it is, you see, because they haven't got the information.
Right.
And you can see here, this was taken on a different day. You know, it's just like Tyler Security was saying, oh, right, see how it's got a line going down planet Earth on the globe. I sort of talked about it in the last thing, but you can see here the same thing. As the sun was changing position and time, the satellite come across, already the light had changed. So you're getting stitching of two different time periods together. So obviously, if it's clouds, they're going to move in hours' time. So it's not going to line up completely. There's not going to be some sort of major cover up of a rocket launch or something. Let's see. Might be able to bring it up again just to quickly show you what I mean. This is why you got to do your own research and actually just check what people are telling you. People say don't use links, but not WikiLeaks. What's Wikipedia? Don't use Wikipedia because it's inaccurate, but they're actually getting better. They've got more checks going on, but they also got people there that don't like people that talk about pseudoscience stuff. They claim to be pseudoscience, 0 point energy, whatever. UFO people they don't like, so they try and get them removed off the Wikipedia. I've done an episode there for what was that guy's name? Cameron? Was it Grant Cameron? He got removed off Wikipedia. I think it might have been him. Can't remember now, but I did an episode on a year ago or whatever, and he got removed off Wikipedia because it was cited that he wasn't important enough. Someone like that was working in disclosure, which is kind of crazy, but I think Wikipedia should have everything there, you know, because people use it so much now, and of course Google indexes it. So if we go to security and see if I can find that image that he put up, just for example, I don't know if he's put up anything new since we last looked, but we just have to keep reporting the right information all the time. It's like Alex Jones. They took down Alex Jones, right? But they're better to because someone was already debunking Alex Jones's claims on a channel. So really, they should have just used him as a counter point for the real facts of things that were spouted in Alex Jones' show, instead of just taking out person with censorship. They should just leave people alone and make sure you have alternative information to the correct information on the actual page. That's my thing. Even though I don't like what security team puts out there as legit information or hoaxes or whatever, or IFOs, people still telling me that Tyler doesn't create hoax videos. We've got the evidence, 100% proof that he has done that, and we're still waiting for him to come clean on that before we can move on. And I don't think it will ever happen, but I suppose we better find this video. This is what he put up too, was that one that got debunked by Scott Brando. I think I just mentioned
totally unexplained.
I think I just mentioned it on social media. But here, it's obviously a fake. You can see here, this doesn't look like real ships. Looks like this cookie cutter. And someone's got hold of a NASA or stock footage and simply added them in. And already people are saying, oh, NASA or NSA are covering it up, saying that they're making debunk it videos to say, here's the original one, that they're not there anymore. So you can't sort of get everyone to accept the truth. No one's covering it up, and the video was actually faked for people to make money off on these hoax channels. So what can you really say? So here's the original footage looking out a window. But yeah. But Tyler's claiming to have debunked that, and it actually was Scott Brando that actually tracked down the original video that was used, and Tyler obviously used his information to come across that he actually is a researcher and debunked it, which is just laughable.
All over the world, or
so he actually puts up this one here. I've talked about this on so many times now. There's actually a space tull off the shuttle, STS. Was it 75 or 74 mission, something like that? You know, when they had loose tulls drifting off, and they wondered what was going on, whether it's going to be safe to land. So this wasn't actually taken from the ISS as he claims. What they did is later they got the International Space Station to take a snapshot of the underneath of the shuttle before they come in to land, just to make sure there was no other missing tiles. But yeah, he keeps putting up this as the best evidence. So if I put on caps here, is his sound working?
just like in the faked footage, we had an astronaut aboard the ISS snapping photos out the window of a black triangle. That's all we.
Okay, so he's saying ISS snapping photos out the window of a black triangle, which is a space off a shuttle tull that's lost its glue and dropped off. So he's saying it's the best evidence
we know about it, and there's two different shots here showing the object as it flies. It looks to be away from the Earth, growing larger as it gets closer to the ISS. And this is one of the most mysterious and yet concrete pieces of evidence documenting that these triangles exist.
Okay, concrete evidence. So this guy clearly hasn't done any research, or he hasn't been watching my live streams, because for over a year now I've been telling everybody this is a space shuttle tull. So yeah, this is the sort of thing that sort of annoys me about this guy. And here, not too sure on this one, but I suspect it's probably some sort of lens flare happening.
There's so much space junk in orbit around us. It could be anything, you know.
Yeah, I'm just having a quick look at it now. Looks a bit wishy-washy, you know. It doesn't look like a solid object to me, so it kind of looks like some sort of a light. So he's comparing it to what's his name, Arnold, the very first UFO sighting case that was documented. Yeah, just trying to see what it could be here. We've got lots of things that could reflect light off this space station here, which is out off camera view. But is this in the shuttle bay? This looks like a camera or something here. Spaceman here.
Could be a chunk of fruit too.
It could be something that broke off their suit. You know, often they drop things and it just flies off, you know. And it could be just like a small object, like a wing nut or something like that, you know. Because it does look like a wing nut shape where you sort of turn it with your fingers, you know, because they're in these big bulky suits, right? And they're trying to unscrew things. Quite easily it slips out of their fingers.
It wouldn't be the first time they've lost tools or screws or things.
Well, that's how the Black Knight satellite come into being, is because it was a space blanket they unwrapped off a satellite that they had to get to the panels. And they weren't paying attention, and it drifted off too far, and they couldn't grab it because of safety reasons, and it just ended up being space junk floating around the Earth, and that's why it's a funny shape, you see. And I've covered that many times too. And we got Mr. Galactic, is it on the side here? Galactic News, how's it going? Sound is okay, cool. That's good to be. Some feedback there. But I was looking for that thing about So here we go. What's this one here? I was pretty sure I debunked that one too. Looks a bit fuzzy and blurry. Is it a reflection? Looks possible like a reflection off the space station again. Because what they do is they take a photograph off the video, and you don't see the whole video, how it's how the sun's coming up, and it's sort of changing shape and moving across the screen. So they just cherry pick a frame out of something and just say, "Oh, look, looks like a TR3b." I'm not sure. Is this the one we're looking for? Boomerang UFO zigzags over NH. So not too sure what this one's about. It looks very like that one I said looked like a sock. You know, when I did some enhancements on it, it looked like someone had made a fake using a sock, out of focus sock, a white sock. But this could be just a flock of birds. It even could be the International Space Station someone's filmed. It sort of looks like that too. So yeah, until we've actually got the real information and looked at it in better detail than what's put up here, there's no way we can sort of say what it is. Again, I'm not sure what we're looking at here, what crater, but as you know, certain rocks on the moon do reflect, and you get the sun in the right angle, it will reflect back. You can see here, looks like another chunk of rock. Why would it be a triangle shape? Because it's out of focus, blurry, rubbish image, of course. And as you know, when you got low res, it sort of does form straight edges. More high definition, you got more data, you can start then to see it's got bends in it and twists in it. So it's like looking at Lego blocks. You know, if you put Lego blocks together, it's going to look like a straight line because they're really chunky. But if you make it really, really fine, cut it into many chunks, then you can get more finer detail, and you can see it's not actually like a straight line. Actually, it doesn't look like a straight line even in that picture there. Looks like a big chunk going inside here. So if he's saying it's a TR3b, people are got to be gullible to believe this, what he's putting up here. So that wasn't the one I was after, but we'll just keep looking. What's this one here? Oh, that one's promoting his new website, the last one, wasn't it? And of course, that securiteam.com one, which was the fake website that was taking money from his fan base because they thought it was Tyler's website, has now been rebadged as a was it TV boxes? People to watch cable TV without having to pay and all that sort of business, which is kind of funny. That it's still given him some bad information there, bad publicity, I should say. But yeah, here's the one with the Earth picture. So just skim through it again. So we just covered the radar stuff. What we're seeing here is water vapor, up to the size of birds, pretty much. But there's some other information that I'm going to go over because we're still talking about radars. I'll come back to that again because I think it needs to be talked about. So where's the one with the planet Earth? Here, I think. So this is actually, again, what I'm talking about on the moon picture. We're getting the same effect happening because it's taken an hour apart or a day apart where the light has changed. So, and that's why you get these lights, you know, and depending on how much they take from the satellite, here we can see it's taken in strips. So you got light band, dark band, because the day's changing. So that could be one day or 1 hour ago, and that's next hour, blah blah blah. So you get this sort of stripy patterns happening on the moon pictures, and you get higher strips with high HD quality overlaid on top of poorer quality, and yeah, you can see here how the quality changes between that strip and the other strip. You see how blurry it is this side and more detail this side. So you can see it's incomplete. The moon is incomplete, Mars mapping is incomplete, and so on. So here's the same thing. 1 hour ago, it was cloudy this side, I mean, and clearer this side, and it's sort of stitched together. Here's another one saying it's a rocket contrail or plane contrail or some super high energy UFO. It's actually just two different images because it's not in real time, all stitched together. So this cloud here, you can see it was probably, this bit was probably down this direction here. So it's sort of moved. So it's probably an hour apart or something like that. And these ones here I talked about quickly on the last stream too, is formed because of heat inversion and slipstreams and contours of coastal regions with mountains, and it just forms these strange, well, not strange, well, maze and square shapes, which are not really square,
Right.
not true square shapes in a way. If you look at it, it's sort of really jagged edges on it. And you can see a plane contrail flying over top of that one. Pretty cool though, but obviously nothing to do with aliens. It's just something natural. So I think that's probably all we need to talk about there. Was there something else I missed on there? Don't think so. So we just kept closing down. So we're talking about the bigger bandwidths here on radars, going back to radars, and you can see here they've got a chart with H2O, oxygen, and the frequencies and what it can measure with the microwave energy, microwaves, so it can bounce off these signals in the atmosphere and pass around airplanes. So dropping chaff, which is like a small object, it's like a bird size or less. Of course, it's going to reflect off when they drop in that on radar maps of the weather radar system. So really, I should have cut and pasted those for people to read if they want to read it. I should have done the last one too. A radar. That last one was quite good too. It was a good summary. Let's see. I'll just see if I can find it again. It should be at the top here. Let's see. Which one was it? Do microwaves balance metal? I think it was that one. Oh, that was the search, I think. Was it that one? Or was it the same one we're looking at? It's the same one. Let's have a look again. Which one was it now? Here we go. This one. Answer Man, wasn't it? I'm not sure who Answer Man is. Probably someone with science degree that works for a newspaper or weather channel. Is it? What's it say up there? Post bulletin. So we'll just post that link. So whenever you try to put up those ones, you can now post comments on his videos saying, do some research, or was it learn to code? Learn to code and gets you banned. Do some research, man. Okay, I've got a couple of interesting links here also. Let's just close that one down too. Now, someone actually has been looking for a search paper, techniques for detection and tracking airplanes using weather radar. which is quite interesting. So what it's talking about is maybe if you can't see like a invisible object like a UFO, maybe you can use weather radar to actually detect if something's actually moving, which may be an interest to military, of course, because if their main radar systems can't pick up stealth technology, right, maybe you can detect movement of atmosphere as the object passes through. So there was a research paper here where they're talking about how it's possible to then use artificial intelligence, I guess, in their firmware to detect possible plane moving through the atmosphere of the water molecules. But that again just proves, using the Doppler spectrum and velocity, that these don't actually detect planes. So this tells you these weather maps that Tyler was putting up can't possibly do anything with cloaking planes moving. But what year was this put up? Do we have a year that was suggested? I can't see any year number posted in the paper. But you can suggest, you could guess that the military probably have this technology available to them already for maybe merging the information from the lower frequencies, the microwave level merged in with the regular radar information to try and get a bigger picture of what's going on. Of course, you're going to get false positives, but have a read of that one there. So that's like tracking invisible things, really. So what you could say, maybe, if Tyler didn't present it like I'm presenting to you now, because he didn't do research, right? But what you could say is maybe they were dropping chaff to hide a new radar that the military are using that can track using the movement of water molecules in the air. But that's just a theory, and it's like another conspiracy you could throw in here, tracking invisible objects like stealth craft of enemy countries. So it's possible, it's possible there. So to me, I'm sort of debunking myself in a way that is possible. I'm opening up an idea here that I've just thought about, which Tyler could have used if he had bothered doing the research himself as well. So I won't go through all that paper there. I was just trying to find the year that was made. I'm not too sure if we can find it out in the PDF. Has it got information on this? We can download it and probably look. Looks like the online reader doesn't have any info button, does it? To see when it was sort of done. We got some references here. So the idea has been tossed around there for a while. 1997, 98. But that's talking about radar. But it's at 2001. 1984 Doppler radar. So it's talking about basics of radar there. 2003 is the last date there. So yeah, you can bet that the research in that to see if they can detect stealth planes using motion of water vapor in the air. I don't know how accurate it would be though. I suppose if it's a big mass of moving air, you could probably say that's abnormal and go and send up some jets to have a look, And this one here, talking about, there's actually a New Zealand site actually, metsurface.com, and it's talking about New Zealand here. Problems with weather radar. It's a bird, it's a plane, it's a radar interference. So there's some interesting information here, so I'll post that one as well, and I'll just read out some parts of it. Problems with radar. If my key works. I haven't got a new laptop yet, but it's coming. And that
might show up on the live stream, actually.
weather radars are used all around the world to detect rain, hail, and snow as it happens. However, there are times when the radar network can pick up other things. While you generally won't see airplanes on our radar images, the radar radar beam is usually beneath the flight path of most flights, so our radars are calibrated to primarily pick up small objects, which is basically what I told you earlier. Whereas radars at airports are calibrated differently to primarily pick up airplane-sized objects. There are myriad of other things that can cause interference with radar images. So again, this is from some research I did on those radar images. First, very brief explanation how weather radar works. Of course, the satellites, the weather satellites also use a microwave, and they also do the same thing from space. The signal bounces back up to the stratosphere where they pick it up and they generate a picture. Weather radars to track things such as fronts or squirrel lines. Is that you say that? Squirrel lines. Let's see. Am I saying that right?
Squall lines.
Squirrel lines. And this can help to improve forecasts. So here we got sunrises and sunsets. While the radar network picks up many things on Earth, it can pick up signals from the sun. The sun emits radiation in every frequency in the spectrum, including the frequency used by our radars. This means that when the sun is at the right angle, you can see anomalous echoes on our radar images. This usually occurs at around sunrise coming from the east, and again at sunset coming from the west. You will often see a straight line coming from many of the radar locations. So let's see if they've got an example. And here it is down here. So that's not a cover up. They're not dropping chaff. It's actually just interference from the sun. So let's drop down to here. There's another example. And further down, what we got here. Duckton. Below is a radar image from the Canterbury Weather Radar showing a large area of rain over the sea to the northeast of Christchurch. Hey, that's where I am. However, when we look at the visible satellite image for a similar time, we only see clear skies. So what is happening? So in this case, it hasn't picked up anything. So Duckton, they call it Duckton. All right, so here we go. So that's what the rain map is showing, and that's what we get in clear skies. So what's happening? The first image above is Duckton on a radar image, while the second image is a visible satellite image, like a photo taken from a geostationary satellite 36,000 kilometers away from the surface of Earth. On the day in question, high pressure was sitting over New Zealand, bringing sunny skies to many. However, high pressure often causes a inversion, which is what I mentioned earlier too, to form. The word inversion refers to a layer in the atmosphere where temperatures suddenly increase with height rather than getting cooler with altitude as usual. The sudden change in temperature causes a change in density of air as well. So there we got high and low, as we know. High normally means sunny, And low normally means a storm front is coming. So here it's talking about inversions, which reflects off the inversion level. You remember a lot of UFO sightings, they talked about that the blips on the radar were actually inversions, causing strange anomaly blobs on the radar. But normally they show up differently, and then a solid craft. So that's sort of debated, by UFO people. While it may look clear in air to our eyes, the sudden density barrier can actually reflect the radar beam back towards the ground and then back to the radar. So yeah, how much more can we go on here? There's quite a few things. Ground clutter. Other times, the radar beam can be reflected off terrain and other objects, like buildings, I guess. And we've got sea clutter. It's similar to the ground clutter when winds are very strong, causing the sea surface to be very rough. The rough surfaces can reflect the radar beam back towards the radar. Of course, as they aim to reflect off small water molecules, of course it's going to reflect off the sea spray and all that sort of stuff, depending how it's sort of angled, of course. 2 images show below sea clutter. There you go. The mist of the water vapor from the sea, from rough seas. There you go. Not UFOs, not hiding UFOs, unfortunately. Virga, occasionally you'll see rain on radar when it's near the edge of the radar's range, but then disappears as it comes closer. This may be a case of Virga. Okay, so there you go. They're trying to explain it here. Antenna beam. And it looks like that, I guess. Let's see. Does it tell us? I suppose that's at the edge of the radar beam. Anyway, experts know what they're looking at, I guess. Other interference lines. We already have discussed lines on radar caused by sunset and sunrise. Sometimes we can see similar lines, but they occur at different times and can occur from any direction. Below is the example interference lines showing up in the New Zealand Plymouth radar. Okay. Oh, there we go. This Tyler would say that was a beam of energy sent down from space. Is it some sort of secret weapon? These lines are similar to those caused by the sun. Yep. And that's pretty much skimmed through that bit. So here we go for time. That's where hour just took sum up radars again, but I think I covered it in better detail there. I actually didn't check the sound volume and everything. The music was playing, but I think it was playing because I normally use this page here. So that really leaves us to look at other UFO stuff. Yeah. Yeah. So we got 5 watching. We're not doing too bad. I think we got up to 7 before. Oh, what's playing? Something's playing here. What's playing? Should be playing any music. Is it behaving itself? Does some crazy things sometimes, Google. They got that player that is it still playing? No. They have that player that just attaches, plays in background now, which I don't like. I've actually been given some lunch here, so I just need to get something to eat, else my sugar levels might drop. Must eat it while it's sort of warm. But we have a look at UFO stalker cases. Or if anyone out there wants to join us in chat, join Discord, and we can get you on there to tell us what you have seen with your own eyes.
Yeah. Just follow the Discord links after you download the app disc.com. Once you've got the app, then go ahead and come back, go to the side chat, click
Yep.
link.
There is a link at the very top of the thing here that was posted. Hopefully it's still there, because sometimes Google removes it when the live stream starts.
I'll do it again.
Yeah. They might not be doing that now. They used to remove anything they've posted before we went live. As you know, you have like a prep time, a notification where people can come on and chat before the live actually kicks off.
I'll just keep putting it in there.
Okay.
Just okay.
So, someone got abducted in Fairbanks. Let's have a look at that one. Why I eat a sandwich, or a toasty sandwich. Do you call them toasted sandwiches over in UK there, or USA?
Oh, I love cheese sandwiches and tomato soup. Excellent.
Yeah, but do you call them toasted sandwiches over there?
No, just toasted cheese or whatever.
Oh, we got these devices. You put 2 slices of bread in, and you put the cheese in, and then you close it down, and it makes a toasted sandwich. I just wonder if America has them as well.
Oh yeah. We've got a couple of those around the house. There's a panini maker, foreman, or what you want to call it.
Is that you posting down the side? Let's have a look. Why has it gone slow all of a sudden? Yep, toasties. You call them toasties in UK. Now, you've heard that joke about the rabbit. It goes into a bar, orders a ham toasty, and the barman gives him a beer and gives him a ham toasty. And then the rabbit says, "Oh, I want another one. Can it be just cheese and onion?" So he gives him a cheese and onion, and the rabbit just falls over dead on the bar. And the moral of the story is, don't mix the toasties. Mix the mitoses, which is a disease for rabbits for killing them off. That was one of these crude jokes that we heard back when I was a kid at school. In fact, I don't even know what it is exactly. We could actually look it up on Google now. Mixing mitoses. I don't even know how you spell it. Rabbit. Toses. I don't know. Let's see what it finds. I'll just type in some random characters. Here we go. I actually found it. Rabbit mix mitoses. Not mix my toasties, but mix toasties. So let's have a read of it. I know it's not about UFOs, but it's still interesting. It affects rabbits caused by myxovirus. It was first. My mouse is not playing up now.
It was found in Uruguay.
Yep. Rabbits in the late 19th century. Introduced to Australia in 1950 to attempt control population. They do cause a lot of damage to the ground because they're always looking for food. And they have several litters in a year, or lots of litters, don't they?
Oh God, yes. Oh my Lord.
So the moral of the story is don't mix your toasties, people. Now, Jared would like that joke anyway. All right, he's onto it. You got it wrong. I don't know what I typed, but I just typed in how it sort of sounded, and I don't even know what keys were working or not. But still, Google managed to figure it out because I had rabbit in front.
You're making me laugh.
That's what Kiwis do. We make people laugh. You ever seen Flight of the Conchords, the TV series? So those guys are just crazy. I dropped a bit of my toasty. There's a bit of onion and red onion. I can eat red onion okay, as long as I don't eat too much. But if I eat brown onion, it gives me really bad guts. I think it's different acids or something in it. Anyway, you can see this hasn't got really information at all. So my mouse is not working so well again. After spending working as a archaeology site implant in nose. So it looks like the MUFON investigator have to call that person up. 1996. So it's taken this guy how many years to come forward? 23 years. So we'll keep looking. Well, we haven't looked at stuff at Alaska too much, so let's just have a look.
Alaska seems to have been a hotbed there.
It's very hilly there. We looked at some before, and I'm pretty sure we've seen some of these already. Looks like a wormhole, so let's have a look at that one. There we go.
What the hell?
What is that? Come on, Gerard, tell us what it is on the side. Yeah. Well, it looks like a cloud layer here with the sun breaking through. So we're getting sort of like a smudge on the lens. Looks like a fingerprint. Okay, and what do we got here? Another smudge from a fingerprint. So 2 smudges from person grabbing the phone wrong. What do you reckon on that one? Of course, John's not with us. So anyone out their side there want to help us debunk that one? I'll post the case number for you.
Sorry, the doctor calling.
All right. I hope it wasn't too serious.
No, just too many appointments being overbooked. So I'm for it.
So what do you reckon this one is, John, since you're back?
Oh, let me pop up there real quick. I'm doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes on Facebook and Discord. So, well, looks like a water spot on the lens, first of all, and a lens flare coming out of it.
Yeah, that's a good guess, actually. I reckon it's 2 fingerprints on the lens.
Could be, yep.
Looks like a finger smudge here. That could be a water droplet. Yeah, you could be right about a water droplet, but I thought maybe it was a smudge from a grease of a finger. And the sun's just caught it, and it's sort of spreading out there like a lens flare, like you said.
It appeared to be on the lens.
Oh, there you go. I don't know why I'm doing this. John can take over for me from now on. No. So you can see here, it's like he's taken a picture on his phone using the snapshot feature, looks like, and it's included the control things off the camera. What off the camera? Did we have a missing word there, Gerard? Fast moving streak. Oh, right. Fast moving streak off the camera. Okay, split between two. Oops. Yeah. How come you're not on voice, Gerard? Anyway, let's have a look. So we got another image here. Still looks like the sun and the fingerprint. So yeah. So that's why you should clean the lens on your camera, on your phone camera sometimes. So yeah, it could even be a water droplet moving on the lens. Hey, that even looks like an ET head here. Look, you can see the two black eyes. Look, mouse is probably in the wrong place. So what did this guy say exactly? Let's have a look. I was looking at AVC FF radar maps. I came across an odd picture video I thought you might be interested in. It's a loop video and it looks like a saucer coming in and out of a wormhole opening, and then it's so he's taking it from a video.
Oh, okay. So there's no metadata in the photo.
Yeah, but he submitted someone else's video. The second video, hope it helps. Still looks like a fingerprint and a water droplet, like you say. So
Great.
it's probably of a weather cam then. So this might be like a weather cam off a building, and it's probably as water droplets, like you say. So let's have a look. And of course, if it's windy or the droplets moving, it's going to make really strange shapes or reflections off the lens. FAA aviation weather. Yeah. Looks like it didn't come up, did it? Unless I'm missing something. Looks like it might be down here too, is it? It doesn't have a slash in, so it's like a not like can't be a new line, can it? So I don't think it's really worth running our time on that one. It's just a weather cam. And he reckons it's coming in and out, and he's taking various snapshots. So which one is he saying is the UFO though? Is it the light, or is he talking about this one up here? Anyway, move on, because we ain't actually got a link that's going to the video, so we ain't going to waste our time on it. I think MUFON would just simply close that as a weather cam and smudge on the screen. So it looks like it doesn't remember where we went to. I don't think it's fixed that problem if we open it in a new tab still. I posted a comment, and I'm not sure if you guys backed me up saying, yeah, implement it. But it looks like they haven't fixed it. I posted it on Twitter. I was hoping that you guys are all going to say, yeah, yes, this needs to be fixed. No good for our purpose as it is. Yeah, well, I did try and tell you, I do post comments there, which doesn't CC to you guys, so But it does help if people back you up, if it's like a support email saying, yes, you need to fix this. So we got one that's landed here. I wonder if it's got a picture of it. Nope. Safeway parking. Okay. So he hasn't got a picture, so it's no good to us. Here's the new one. So let's click on that one. What have we got? Coming down slow, so it's probably a big photograph, like a 15 megapixel. Nice picture of a forest.
Oh, pretty.
So let's see.
Alaska stuff?
What's that there? Yeah, Alaska.
That is beautiful.
It looks like flowers on a tree, is it there? Some red flowers or berries for bears to eat. Well, before I read the description, I'm not seeing anything. What's this up here? Logo?
What is that what we're supposed to be looking at?
Yeah, well, that's the question. So let's go to the description and find out. Let's see. This is a photo shot in Denali in sequence. The before and after photographs of the same shot taken seconds of each other don't have this anomaly. So straight away, he hasn't seen it with his eyes, and as you know, cameras like to pick up birds and bugs as streaks. In this photo, my friend took on his vacation, visiting the park during a cruise excursion. He's showing me his vacation photograph when I noticed the smudge and like spot in the top right hand corner. So that's what we were looking at, I think. I zoomed in and we felt that the level of detail was alarming. He did not see the oil was taking the photograph. So let's have a look again. Was there two photographs there? Just one. So it's got to be this thing at the top, right? Could it be water droplet again? Because it looks like it's pretty foggy there. See that? So there's a little water vapor in the air. Let's save it and see if we can zoom in better. Are you there, John? I think he might have stepped away. Talk to his mum, I think. Who's with us on the side chat? We've got Renee still. Repeat. Right, even John asked the same question. Galactic Nick, is he still there? He's playing his game at the same time, aren't you? I just know it. Well, let's see. So we saved it. So let's zoom in. So you talked to your mum, was it, John? Are you there, John?
No, I just had to calm my mother down. She thought I was angry with her because I was shooing her away from coming in to talk to me.
Now, could that be a water droplet? What's going on here?
Oh,
Chinese lantern, could it be?
That looks like what?
What is it?
That looks like a street lamp.
Could it be?
Because we've got some like that that look like that. It's open at the bottom. That looks like a street lamp.
Well, where's the before and after photograph? So that would give us some clue what's going on.
I don't understand what that might be unless it's in the water.
It looks too defined, you know.
Got those horizontal lines. Again, that could be rolling shutter. What is that?
Well, let's process the photo a bit more.
Yeah. Does this one have metadata?
Where's my download folder? Hang on. Downloads. That's what we're going to look at now. Could it be a prank? Could it be added in? It's possible because there's no second photograph here from what I've seen. There's just one. There should be like multiple ones because we got no before and after now. You see.
Mm-hmm.
So you'd have to run that through maybe photo forensics. Well, it's a JPEG, so photo forensics will work. It doesn't work on pings. So what was that one? Got some photographs here. All right, secure team. What was that one? Website crashed from traffic, was down for a good hour. So yeah, that's what happens when you buy crap hosting. So let's delete that one. Mysteries. Smitter. Okay, let's do a metadata on it. I'll use our command line tool with a graphic interface called exit tool GUI, which uses that EXF executable thing that we talked about many live streams, which we tried to find GPS data embedded in MP4s when we never found one that had it that it worked on. So what do we got here? It does look like it's from a phone camera. Olympus Corporation. But the model is a C-60Z, so can we copy that one? Post it down here. See if we can do a search on that camera. Model. Why is it not coming up? So it's actually a regular camera, so it's not a phone. What's some specs? A spec page on it. Not seeing it there. Oh, close down my search. Specs. Not sure if that worked. Yeah, the E didn't work. I forgot about that. It's taken. We want to review, don't we?
Yes.
Was it not coming up? Compact camera. That's a 6 megapixel camera. So was that what we found out here? We've got no information on the main thing. It doesn't really have much there, does it? Let's have a look at the graphic information.
Oh,
Where's width? Height. Why am I not seeing it?
what are you looking for, Paul?
Exposure time is 1/40. So it's a wee bit better than 1/30. So that's 40 frames a second. Slow speed, it says here. So it's possible to pick up smudges. I was trying to find the width. Here it is. It's 3000 by 2000. So 3000 times 2 is 6 megapixel, 6000. So it matches the specs on the information here. 1/1.8 cc. So it's a CCD. It's not a CMOS one. So it's not going to have roll-in shutter, because it's not CMOS. Okay. So, but the question is, what is it? We still don't know. It's kind of a strange image to look at.
Yeah, you may have to do some little forensics on that. I'm curious to know what that is.
Does it look like a lens flare? That's the only thing.
I don't think so.
Lens flare has that sort of like a mushroom type. It has a ring and it's like a mushroom shape.
Right.
It actually looks like something really dark.
Well, yeah, with that and with light coming out the bottom, or if they messed with the lightness and darkness on this, hard to say.
Well, we choose a wee chunk of it.
It's a pretty clean shot, what I can tell. But
it looks really in focus, doesn't it? Let's just zoom in. It looks really detailed.
Yeah. Let's see what the pixels tell us here.
And then it's really in detail here. So it's focused here, and it's getting out of focus as we go further away. You can see here it's does this blur.
Right.
In the middle here, it's getting out of focus, but it's really in focus about here. But those look a wee bit out of focus. The leaves here, the leaves here look closest to me, and they don't look very crisp. They look a wee bit out of focus there. Looks more like it's focused in on this tree here with the red.
Would that be normal?
Yeah. So
could they be moving? Could it be freezing or something?
No, it's just that the camera's auto-focused on that tree there, not this branch here, because it's probably less. It's more dense here. So
Okay.
Post into. Oh, I did a new layer. I wasn't meant to do that. Post into a new image. Okay. Oh, it looks different when you look at it like that. Then a little chunk. So let's put some filters on it. Who's on the side here? Jira. I am not. You're still here? You am not. Playing games at the same time. Darker and lighter. Not really given much, is it? Okay, let's do color swap. I don't think there's many colors in there.
It almost looks like an upside down lampshade.
Yeah, just see what colors we can swap out. Looks pretty constant there. Is it the same pixels as down here? It looks the same, doesn't it?
Yes, it does, for the most part. Same sizes, same, same distance from each other.
Kind of strange that this was all constant though, you know?
Yeah, so, yeah.
Doesn't sort of add up. I would have thought there would have
Flat.
been some odd pixels here and there. And it looks like it could have been cut out and pasted into the photo. All right.
It's pretty clean.
Yeah, what's that around the edge there? What's the edge going on there? So let's go back here. We're not seeing it like an edge. I reckon it's been faked, you know. There's my gut feeling straight away. Looking at that.
It looks like a lampshade. It really does.
Yeah, so
could
it be photographed through a window and it's actually a reflection of a ceiling light? That's what it could be. But look here, I'm not. See, now we're doing color swap. It looks like there's some. To me, it looks like it's been edited and pasted in. Looking at that, without doing proper photo forensics, just applying filters. Could it be a reflection in a window or a lampshade? Let's do the full image. Deselect. I should post the number so people can bring it up on their screen and have a look themselves. There we go for time. What do you call it? Lampshade. Fiction, maybe, or Photoshop. That's the two things I'm thinking of anyway. Rene is gone, has he? Lampshade.
I believe so.
Lampshade or Photoshop reflection.
Yeah. Renee pops in and out though sometimes, so.
I can't even spell that. Or Photoshop, nice. Yes. I'm going to spell it out so much. P-shop. There you go. Any other experts out there want to do analysis on that and give feedback? Go ahead. So, oops. So what gets me is they haven't shown the before and after, like they mentioned in the description.
Yeah, I wondered about that myself.
And and you might better overlay the two images. If it's a second apart, would there be some movement maybe in a second of holding the camera? I think there would be some sort of motion because it's not on a tripod. So if it overlays exactly, you know, they've taken one of the photographs and modified it.
Okay, can I jump in real fast here? Looking in it's the lower third of the photograph towards the bottom, in the middle there, a little more to the left. No, yeah, go up.
Looks like a reflection, is what you're saying?
Are we seeing another reflection right there in front of that tree?
Very possible. Or is it just the color of the tree leaves? Does look.
No, because it's white. You can see it. It's
Yep.
It looks like it could be a reflection or a raindrop or something, but there's something there that's not a part of the tree.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if it's consistent with that thing in the corner.
Yep, good spotting. We're just gonna see, you are getting better at this stuff. Because
it's your fault. The one training.
You got that. You now got a critical mind.
I like it. I like it. This is good stuff.
Wasn't not working? It's my question. It does this occasionally with the software. I meant to try out that GIMP software that Jared's talked about, see if it's any better. But I must admit, I do like paint.net, even with its little quirks.
It seems to serve you really well, actually.
Yeah.
I'll be curious to see how well it does on the new computer.
We'll install the new software along with the old software on the new computer. There'll be plenty of room on it. This one's a bit cramped for space. Still not changing it though, is it? Why is it not working still? I selected all.
Squad.
Yeah, it should be changing. What's happened? Oh, right, it's got a layer here. That's a layer, a hidden layer. That's what's happened. So,
I don't know what that means, but I'm sure.
Well, it's got a layer which is like a picture on top of a picture. So it's selecting the invisible picture, and that's why it's not working. Okay, it might work now. My blunder, because I accidentally pasted it as a layer rather than. So is it working now? Yeah, there we go.
Yep.
Just changing the brightness, as you can see. So let's have a look. Reflection. It does kind of look like a reflection still, but then so does that up there.
Yeah, see, it just does. It's too bright.
Yeah.
And then you know the
yes. Is that on my screen or is it? I forgot to clean my screen again. Is that part of the shade at the top here?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
What is it or not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see the rim of it. Yeah. It is. All right.
Well, you can see here that looks like mist coming on the trees here.
Yes. Maybe it's just the background coming through this gap.
Well, it does kind of look strange here. See that? Looks strange there. Like there could be some sort of reflection going on here. See that here?
Yeah.
Anyway, we try color flip, see what happens. Oh, purple.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Your sinuses sound as bad as mine.
Yeah.
You should be right though. You're in winter time, aren't you? Winter. That's quite.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's a bit hard to know if that's a reflection there or it's like the underneath of the leaves reflecting back.
Yeah.
I still. Yeah, I still think it might be a Photoshop. The question is there any lampshades like that?
Oh my God, are you kidding? That was the first thing I thought. Hell yeah.
Yeah, but on the ceiling though. You're talking about ones on stands, aren't you?
Well, you know what? If you get a small one, like the kind that you would use for a small bedside lamp, and if it's got the clip thing to just kind of clip around the light bulb, then yeah, you can put those up there if you've got a bare bulb on the ceiling. Absolutely. I've done that, in fact. So yes.
There we go.
Very good.
There we go.
Very, very common. There you go. Yeah.
We got a few to choose from. So, but we need to find, where is it? Was this gonna?
You don't want to pendant.
So there you can start to see the bits coming out the side here. Yeah, it's a bit hard to see with its reflections, but I don't like how this is too constant, this background, but I see there's little bits here. Is it on my screen or what? Maybe if I do OK on that one. We'll zoom in on this.
Too bad you can't do an image search on this thing.
Oh, see if we can zoom in on it. Don't know. It looks too constant, the background. But could that have been edited, masked out? Is there enough? It looks like a tricky one to mask out for all the yellow, you see. You got all these little bits here. See, I don't like these little bits sticking out the side here. To me, it sort of has that feeling that it's been edited. What else can you do? Photo forensics. Well, actually, see if we can find a lampshade. Maybe you can find the one they took it from, maybe. So that one's straight.
I'm telling you, that's a lampshade. It sure looks like one.
Yeah, but is it a reflection or is it photoshopped in, is the question that we're looking for.
Yeah.
So it tapers downwards. So these ones are tapering the other way.
Well, these are all pendants. You don't want a pendant lampshade. You want one that's flush with the ceiling.
That one there.
Those all have pendants.
Is it that one? Right, it's going the opposite direction.
Yeah, like that.
Needs to be upside down.
There you go. There's one right there.
No.
You know, it's just.
See, that's round the wrong way, you see.
Yeah, but if you Photoshop, you can flip it, put it in the same thinking shape. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it makes you skeptical.
There's one with a rim. Let's have a look. Got the rim.
Yeah, don't have the right stuff, the right shape.
But if you turned it upside down, the rim is at the very top, isn't it? So.
Yeah, but it doesn't taper the right way.
No, it's not. It's not the right one. No. Right? What? Hang on. Hey.
Hi, my boy.
Hello.
What you doing?
I'm on a live stream, doing a presentation on the web.
Ah, yeah.
We're talking to people over the world.
Ah.
So what I'm doing on here, they're seeing what I'm doing and listening to what I'm doing. Yeah.
What is with your eyes scared?
Well,
okay. Little bit better.
Yeah, I just got the German guests. Yeah, my eyes are okay as long as I take drops. But I got floaters, and I can zoom in on the screen here. You know, I can zoom in, read stuff where my eyes is not so good, so you can see big font.
I think so.
Yeah, so so we're sort of looking at UFO stuff on my channel, and we're looking at some UFO footage here, which we think is fake. This one here. We think it is a reflection of maybe a lampshade or someone's photoshopped it in the graphic. So this, yeah. So we're just looking at the picture here. This is the picture they took in Alaska, and they're saying this was a UFO that they got. But I think they're taking it through a window, perhaps a window in a building, and that might be a lampshade on the ceiling that's reflecting off the window. And they're just saying it's a UFO, so we think they may be faking it. So what we're trying to do is try to find maybe a line that sort of matches up. So
I'll be right back home.
yeah. So yeah, I run my own channel here on the web. So I do 3 videos a week, and I've got over 300 videos talking about UFOs. 300. Yeah, I look at all different videos of UFOs. People claim to be UFOs, and we look to see if there's any explanation for it. So it's right a bit slow there, but yeah, and we got pictures of Charlie up here.
Meine liebe Frau.
So you can see that anywhere in the world.
Yeah, I understand.
Just go to my channel.
I understand, not all, aber
yeah. So we got people here talking to me on the side.
Yeah.
And I got people talking to me in the headset.
Oh, yeah, okay. Fine.
Yeah. Complex stuff, but yeah, I sort of just lay here and do it because it doesn't hurt my back. Because if I sit in a chair for too long, it hurts my back. So actually, I really should be sitting that way a bit more, but I've sort of turned. So yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So we're just trying to find some lampshades that may fit what they used. But I think I'm not too sure if I've seen a lampshade like that on top of a ceiling. So if it's on a line like that. Yep. What, John?
I'm sorry, Paul, to break in. I've got a little bit of a family emergency. It'll take about 30 minutes to resolve, but I need to break off.
Okay. Well, I'll probably be going for another hour anyway. So if you sort it out, you can come back.
Yeah. Outside.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So
okay.
I'll just break up.
Okay, John. See ya.
See you.
He's looking after his older mother, and he's got an emergency, so he has to drop off talking to me. Because he's helping me analyze stuff. You know, he's giving me ideas, so we can figure it out. Because there's a lot of forgeries being put online in the UFO field. So yeah, it's an interesting subject, and we come across a lot of people that see the actual UFOs, you know, actual craft, and there are real cases out there which are unexplained, and people have seen aliens and stuff like that. Real honest people that work in MUFON have seen these creatures, but have not got them on video. So obviously there's more going on there than what we're being told by the governments.
Little bit given. Little gift.
Yeah. But it's very hard to find some video footage of stuff, you know, and so that's what I'm doing. I'll just go through all the videos, seeing if we can find ones that we can't actually identify as natural or mistaken, and might be actually something that needs more investigation. Yeah, so I'll talk later to you then, I guess. Okay. Yeah.
Bedroom.
Yeah, okay.
I won't see you.
All right, okay. Okay, good night. So we got some German gifts. She's one that may have seen the UFO with her husband out the balcony. So I've yet to question her on that, but her English may not be as good or understand it. So we'll have to see. But they didn't want to talk about it years ago anyway, or make it public. But they are the ones that saw the silver craft hover above a forest and then shoot straight upwards at impossible speeds. So it would be good to get an interview with her to see what she remembers back in the 1990s. 93, I think it was. So yeah, not seeing any lampshade that has that sort of weird taper in the opposite direction so far. So maybe I can do a image search, reverse search. So here's one that's really similar, but it's tapered. So that's on the right track, you see, and it's got that sort of rim. I think John's right. So it's definitely a lampshade, whether it's been photoshopped or just a reflection. It's really hard to be sure. So let's stick it in photo forensic. Have I got the link for it? So I sort of rotated on the bed here because the legs go to sleep, of course. And photo forensic, I think I've got a link to it here. Let's see. That does ELA, error level analysis, where someone photoshops it and it recompresses it and it changes stuff on the image itself that shows up as compression artifacts. Although I would have thought it would have shown up with my filters. Okay. Looks like the site doesn't exist anymore, which is kind of strange. No, it's coming up. Maybe they blocked me. Let's see. Error level analysis. So any mods out there that want to join me in voice instead of John, jump into the live chat. I see Atomic sent me something here, but I can't quite read it without magnifying and it will mess up the screen that I'm trying to capture. Not too sure. All right, he sent me his band link to add to his video. I'll just sort that out after. Okay. So we've got an error message here still. So are they blocking my country, are they? Oh, that's pretty nasty, isn't it? They probably saw me demonstrating it on a live and then decided to block New Zealand. I don't know, common mistakes. Should be able to bring up something there. No. I wonder if they realize their site can't be used anymore. Okay, have we got a competitor? Free online photo. Let's have a look at that one. That one's working. Oh, it's got a UFO. UFO for demonstration purposes. So, what are we meant to be looking at? All right, there we go. Photo friends, this is quite tricky though. To understand what you're looking at here. So what do we got? Clone detection, error analysis. So there you go. It sort of stands out like it's cookie cutted. And something up here, bollocks of it's been added in. Doesn't quite line up when you magnify it. I know. Kind of weird. Where they need a way to explain it. So that looks like a logo added in, is it? Where's the original? Magnify, clone detection. What's that one do? Is there a logo at the corner here? Oh, right, it's a hang glider. It's been added in. Okay, so how do we load our own one? Is the question. Open file. Noise analysis. Emboss mode. Yes, you've got to understand what they're trying to tell you here, which is the tricky bit. Of course, what happens if they edit the photograph, save it as a ping, rather than a JPEG back, and then reload it and then resave it as a JPEG, it recompresses the ping evenly with the compression, and it's a way to get around photo forensic. So it's not perfect. Let's see, it's in the wrong place. See what happens, I guess. Is it doing something? Oh, that's it. Trees have come up. So we need to do error analysis. Why is it not coming up? Where did darker? Oh, right, it's at the top. Error. Okay. This thing is crazy. Why won't it go up to the corner? Should be there somewhere. Not as good as the other software, I don't think. Can't get up the top. That's just stupid. Why is that? What am I missing? Should be there. Well, let's see. Can we zoom in ourselves? Well, it looks like it's part of the image there to me. It looks like it's constant, if I'm reading that right. So it can't be a Photoshop, so it has to be a reflection. Anyone really good with error level analysis at all out there? What else we got? Okay, he's still following us. Let's see, what else we got here? JPEG quality, error scale. See, what's all that do? You know, well, that brightens it, makes it a bit easier to see. It does look constant though. It doesn't look like it's got any. Looks like the constant pixels there. Has got some of that pixels coming out the side here, which we saw in the image. It's a shame I can't zoom in with that thing because it's going in the wrong place. Unless it's at the tip of it. Yeah, is it at the tip? Oh, look, is that the tip? So it doesn't look like it's edited. Is that the tip? I think that's the top. Right, something strange there. The people that's experts with error level. Very constant if you look at the rest of the photograph though. So here, pixels and the same sort of lines. I think it's not been photoshopped. Okay. And I still think it's a reflection of a ceiling lamp. And if they're taking it out of windows, so did they actually say anything like that? Let's have a read of it again. Because it looks like there might be in a car, maybe a car van or bus, take a picture maybe through the window. Surely not though. Took it on vacation, visiting the park. Yeah. But a bus though, if it's a bus, it wouldn't have a lampshade like that, would it? Maybe tour buses do. A tourist bus. What else can we do here? JPEG quality, what's that do? Does look constant, doesn't it? Definitely not a Photoshop. But I don't like how the sky is so regular. Why am I picking up some little blips in the sky color, you know? It could be a clever Photoshop, like I said, where they sort of edited it, saved it as another format, and then loaded it back in as a JPEG, and then submitted it to MUFON. So yeah, I really don't think error level analysis can be conclusive that it hasn't been faked. But what else we got here? JPEG analysis, what's that tell us? 11111. So what's that telling us? Non-standard JPEG quantization tables. I think that's trying to tell us that it's constant across the whole photograph. The compression. Let's see, what else we got? String extraction, geotags, noise analysis. What's that one give us again? It should have like a computer AI, right? It should have a button here. Let the AI analyze it for you and tell you what, give you a percentage what it thinks of if it's a legit or not. I think that's what they need to do. So noise. That looks more like a lampshade, doesn't it? See how it's got an edge there though. It's sort of like, does it look like it's been edited? Two round edges there. Look. Or is it just light bleeding out the edge of the lampshade there? But you can see a rim there now with the error. Definitely a lampshade for sure. It's definitely a reflection. or a Photoshop. That's all we can really say, really, but it's not a UFO. So let's move on to something else. So we should try some other location. Oh, it's moved us anyway, but I really think this software is really buggy. UFO Stalker. It doesn't remember where you were when you come back. So we've got some triangles here. Let's see. No photograph. 2007. Where's it gone? It's doing some crazy stuff now. What's that one down here? We've got a photo. Gain camera photo. Whatever that means. Like a troll gain, is it? That triangle. A troll cam, is it? It's on a sketch. Oh yeah, looks like it might be. Weird way to photograph it though. Okay, let's open it up. That's kind of weird. What are we looking at here? Photograph of a TV screen? Snapshot of the screen. We've got a reflection of a light. That one's definitely got a reflection. We've got something up there. A bug. And we got a zoom in. Kind of looks like a bird, doesn't it? So I guess we'll save that one. Actually, save the other one. Looks like a pigeon to me. Could be a bug though. Is it around the right way now? Where is it gone? Yep, it's around the right way now. So what does it say here? You can see the pixels of the monitor. Last year, what is it? And you see Bigfoot? Any Bigfoots there? Nope. So what do we got here? Looks like a bird or something there. So guys, what are we looking at? Insect or bird? Obviously it's not a UFO. Could it be a balloon? Almost looks like a water painting color, doesn't it? Strange looking bug, maybe. Does it look like two eyes coming towards the camera here? The wings. Not sure if we can do much with this one because it's a screen snapshot of a screen. We'll stick it in editor anyway. Going the wrong way? No. So I want to cut out the corner. And paste that into a new image. Show it up. 80, I do. Has it improved it much? Not really. But you can see here, unlike the other one, you can see that how it's sort of got different colors, shades of color. Let's see if run it through a filter. That's what gets me on the other photograph there, whether it's been edited that the sky had been modified on it. So here, you see what I mean? It's got the pixels, the different shades. Well, the other photograph we looked at was too constant. And that's always like a red flag for me. If we go back to it, see if we zoomed in here on colors, we'd expect to see something changing in colors. Yeah. And we don't see it the same way, right? So if we apply the same filter, you see what I mean? It looks too constant. Same color. Hasn't got the blocks happening, you know, little blocks of different, slightly different variations. Yeah, I still think it might be photoshopped, so that they just sort of did a pretty good fake of it. Unlike this one, where it's all over the place, the background, you see. Slight variations in blue or white, and that's all one solid mass of the same color, apart from around the lampshade itself. Anyway, I didn't want to do that filter on that one like that. That doesn't tell us much. Apart from that, you can see it hasn't been edited, because that one there does pixel colors, the pixel sizes are all the same going right through, and the background is pitch, you know, like a quilt, a patch quilt pattern happening, which kind of suggests that it's legit, which we'd expect so, because it was a screen snapshot. So we go back. So it's a bit hard to see that without the filter, but you can see it's like a cloud, and you can see there's variations throughout the cloud in the capture of the graphics. So we'll just do that and start having a closer look. Is it a bug or is it a bird? Obviously, it's not a UFO. Unless it's a living critter type UFO. I think it's a bird. That almost looks like the head of a bird here with the beak. And the body, like a big chest on it. And the wings, I think that's like two captures of the beak of the wing. You've got the wing next to its side here. And a wing slightly up there. Could it be like a forest pigeon? It looks kind of like a pigeon, doesn't it? That has some sort of frilly bits outside of its beak there. Let's see. What location was it? Let's see what type of birds they have. Eureka, Montana. Does it have a forest pigeon of some sort? Right, cool. He's still out there. Images, forest pigeon. Oh, here we go. Bush pigeon. Where's that one located? Native Forest Trust. So let's go for images. No, it looks too skiddy to be the one I'm thinking of. This would be handy if we had a bird expert on the channel. Would say, oh yeah, a bird has little things at the side of its face that can only be blah blah blah. Oh, I don't want to do that. There's a blue one. It's type of Montana. List of birds, blue. Let's have a look at that one again. It does sort of have a blue colour to it, doesn't it? That looks like the feet there, also underneath. You know, it looks like a claw coming down this way. So, if I drew around it, we're looking at the head here. I'll just do that and then bend it. Looks like the head and a beak there. Looks like a beak coming in this way. It looks like two black bits maybe on the other side of its beak. There's the breast of it coming down that way. Looks like the feet tucking up around this way. There's the feet here, one there, one there. Should make it a bigger, thicker line, really. It didn't work. That looks like feet tucked in there. Looks like the wing coming out here that was moving. How come that didn't work? Before I selected it. That worked that time. Looks like a wing coming out this way. Does look like it's sort of got shades of blue there, so Could it be one of these things? What's happened now? I didn't do it. Birds of Montana. So let's have a look. Has it got sort of puffy cheeks? I don't see it. Although it does sort of have a puffy cheek there. That one. So we go back to that one. What's happening? Click the wrong thing again. Go to that one. Visit. Where was the original photograph going? He zoomed in, didn't he? Where was it? Does it look like a blue color? It does look like a blue color, doesn't it? Similar to the background mountain color here. He looks like a bird to me. What's John think? See, it's got quite a lot there, hasn't it? Tree creepers, wrens, dippers, waxwings, finches. Oh well, this goes on. Ducks, geese, waterfowl, snow ghosts. I wish I read some pictures though. There's a whole heap to choose from here. And it's still going on. Wild turkey. Grey partridge. Could it be a partridge? Pigeon. Bantam pigeon. Where do I see partridge? Went past it. So it's got a few different pigeons here. Have we got a puffy cheek pigeon? Partridge. Let's have a look at that one. It sort of has puffy cheeks. That was flying towards us. Sort of got the grey-blue colour. Keep looking, I guess. Head's too skinny and long. Oh, look at this funny shaped egg. I was going to search for that lampshade too, wasn't I? I was going to do a reverse image search. Keep thinking about that lampshade. I wonder if I could cut it out and do a reverse image search. I don't think it's going to work. I don't think there's enough details in it. It's because I forgot to do it, you see. Save it. Saving. And title, that'll do. I'd be surprised if it works, but we'll see. It's found something. And look, lampshades. So there's an intelligent robot there reckons it's lampshade, same as us. But there's no exact match, which is a shame. So I think with 2 human brains and a robot AI, same as a lampshade, I think we can conclude it's a lampshade and it's a reflection or a Photoshop. So yeah, this ain't helping us much here, because we're not getting images on that page. So we're looking for a blue-green bird of some sort. So we just type in blue bird, blue-colored bird maybe. Spell it the American way. And it's brought up the blue bird there, that one we looked at originally. Still think it could be that one. It squashed its head in a wee bit and angled it up. Those cheeks could pop out, I guess. Because unless I'm misinterpreting it. But it does look like the colours are fluffed, the cheeks are puffed out around the beak there. Plus we got some motion blur, so I think it's very possible that it's that blue robin thing. Oh, I heard something.
Okay, Paul, I'm back in.
Oh, you're back. So what do you reckon to this one here, Bluebird? Have you been watching? Anyway, I run a reverse image search just before on that lampshade, and guess what Google reckons it was? A lampshade. So we got a computer AI and our 2 brains saying it's a lampshade, so I think it's a lampshade. But I still think it's been photoshopped. Because of the skies. Yeah, the sky's too constant in color for my liking.
Yeah, it was pretty clean.
But I'm just trying to work out what this one is, and I think it's a bird. I tried to draw a line to try and highlight things.
Yeah, I was following that and watching it.
To me, it looks like a bird head here with the beak, and it looks like slightly puffed up feathers around either side of its cheeks there, and the breast, and the legs coming around here. It looks like some claw legs coming around, and a wing. So yeah, I don't think it's an insect. Yeah.
Motion blur things.
Well, it doesn't look like it's got too much motion blur there, because I think it's heading towards the camera when it took the frame.
Oh, okay.
If we look at it, it looks to me like it's actually flying towards the camera slightly. It's coming this direction. See, it looks low down, like it's leapt from trees. It's sort of gliding down from trees.
Yeah.
It may come down. It may have come down from this direction. So it may disappear on one frame as it's sort of heading towards the ground to pick up a grasshopper or whatever, or fly to another tree that's over here. So yeah.
Is this also in Alaska?
No, this is Montana.
Oh, okay.
Montana. What's that? Canada? Is it?
That's almost like northern Arizona.
Montana. Well, I thought it was in the map over here. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, Montana.
Montana.
Must be beautiful state.
Let's see. Where's the map?
I'm going to go up there.
Where's the map? What's it say here? Eureka. Oh, they've listed it as a triangle. Okay. It doesn't sort of give us an idea from the map there, but if I go back, I think it was over here.
And yeah, you've got a big body of water right there, so it could be a water bird or something.
I don't think it was there.
No, that's not Montana at all.
Right, this stupid program's lost our place again. Let's see. I think it was up here in the middle,
Yeah,
Detroit.
it's in the north central part of the country.
No, it wasn't those ones.
Yeah, it's just,
I'd have to play back my video to see where I was on the map. Oh, here we go. Montreal, was it? Is that Montana?
oh, that's in Canada.
Looks like we got another.
It's
No,
Montana.
it's got me beat. I don't think it's the same one.
No, the other one was Montana. Yeah, that's stupid the way it does that.
Oh no, yeah, that's annoying.
And it consistently does that too. Does it to me too.
It's that cubic.
So,
We got
got your laptop.
Well, we'll have a look at that one next because this one's, I think, is solved. There's a bird, a blue bird, maybe a robin. It's heading towards the camera. Looks a bit squashed in. Montana. What did I type in here? Eureka, Montana. Oh, that's where it was looking, though, wasn't it? Eureka, Montana.
Yeah, well, it bounced you up to Montreal, Canada.
What's it say here? Lincoln County, United States. So where's it on the map again? Eureka.
5 miles south.
That's where it was.
The border. Wow, that's up there against Canada.
It is near Canada. Okay,
Canada's only 9 miles north of Eureka, so yeah, it's right there.
That's what I thought it was. I thought it was near Canada, but not in Canada. Okay.
Damn post. Post of the state. Or I'm pretty sure since they got trees in
So what's that? Canada? A line between Canada and
yeah, yes.
that line.
Correct. Yeah.
Have they got a wall there? Build a wall between USA and Canada, right? I suppose they got
thick forests. That's their wall.
Yeah, forest and mountain ranges, right?
Yeah, I mean,
you're right. It's
crossing Canada.
There you go. It's right on the border, like you said. Wow.
Yeah, I didn't realize how close that was.
Yeah, it's pretty close to Canada.
9 miles away.
Yeah, I was thinking of Montreal, Canada, not
Yeah.
That's over here.
It's easy enough.
Montreal, and that's Montana over here. East coast, west coast, west coast. Anyway, we'll have a look at this one. We've got enough time, maybe half an hour less. We'll keep it to 3 hours. So what's the time now? 3:34.
Yeah, I guess we're coming up.
Are you outside?
Ready?
I can hear a plane.
Yeah, see, I'm in the flight path for Davis-Monthan Air Force Base for the training.
All right.
I could crap all day long.
You sound like you're getting further away too from the microphone.
Well, it's probably because it's buffering the sound of the jet.
No, you're definitely a lot quieter than you are on Hangouts for some reason.
Oh yeah, Hangouts definitely boosted up.
Well, he sort of
That's the only thing they do better.
said a lot about this video here. So how big is it? Can we download it? Download. It's only 25 seconds, so hopefully it won't take too long.
Okay.
I'll post the link to that one. Another triangle. $50 seconds. No, going upwards again.
Oh, one of those.
It's a movie file, so it's from an Apple. So it might not play right for me on VLC. Well, I did update VLC recently, but it hasn't fixed that frame by frame problem, which is quite annoying. I wish I'd fix it. That should be something that we need priority fix on. The thing is that what it's got to do is it's got to uncompress all the video and store all the frames in a buffer, so you got so many each side, so you can step through without it glitching. Because it's got because the way the compression works in a AVC compression technique, the H.264, it needs to uncompress the frames either side and have it sort of queued ready to step through. They can't do it on the fly because of the way the compression works. So I think it's finished downloading, but let's see if we can open it. This should send the sound to the stream. Hopefully there's no swearing. So we should be able to open it. Or maybe just drag. Let's see. Does drag work? Drag. Oh, where is it? Oh, there. Down at the bottom. Drag's working. And you should be able to hear at the same time as me.
这形状很奇怪呀 ，V 型的 UFO。你们看 V 型的飞机，真的是 UFO。
What language is that?
我拍不了，我这个不好使。
That was meant to be in Canada. Was that French?
Yes, in Montreal it's French speaking.
回避。
Go back to settle by,
你看它的形状很奇怪呀 ，V 型的
which pissed me
UFO。
off, I'm sure.
你们看 V 型的飞。
Yeah, don't want to listen to that gill, so I'll just mute that. So what's it looking like to you? Does it look like a TR3b? Kind of looks like a plane far away to me, and it's got the pulsating red lights. We'd have to put it through plane finder. It could be a helicopter. Oh, it's got the red strobe light. I think it's far away.
Yes. Yeah.
It's a plane that you can't see, and we're seeing the strobe lights. This is showing. Let's get it going. Well, it could be a helicopter strobe light, couldn't it? Why is it not working? CPU's having trouble, I think. Definitely pulsating regularly. See that? Where's it gone? Let's try that again. Well, it won't let me get to the edge. Why not? Let's see. It's on the other screen. Oh, this is ridiculous. I just want the play button. Definitely regular pulsing. Have we got time to load? I don't know if we've got time to load it into Plane Finder and try and figure it out, but I'm pretty sure that's a plane or a helicopter strobe lights.
Yeah, that makes the most sense. Such crummy footage too, but with the night shot,
Yeah,
the cell phone, it looks like
might not be a mysterious. See, even here they say might not be a mysterious alien ship. The main structure of concrete building was pillars. What's that got to do with it? With 5 or 7 blinking red lights. V-shaped craft. I didn't see any V-shaped craft there. Just a single pulsing red light. So let's see if we can work out here. Slower than commercial flight. Maybe, depends which direction it's going, doesn't it? If it's flying away from them, it's going to look like it's hovering. No apparent sound. If it's far away, you're not going to hear the sound. During brief seconds when I opened the window, it's definitely not a commercial flight, which we see here often, or a jet or a helicopter. I don't think so. I think they're wrong. Flying route 60 degrees northwest itself. I turned around and flew to east. See, it's not doing anything abnormal that a UFO would do, like sort of keep moving and suddenly stop and then shoot off in another direction or shoot vertically upwards. Yeah, I still think it's a plane or a helicopter myself, but it's possible that it could be maybe a drone with a blinking red light. Do they have blinking red lights on drones? I don't know. But you can certainly make one, couldn't you? It's quite easy to get bits and pieces and stick it on there.
oh, with all the light options they have on them now with the LEDs. Oh my goodness, that's.
But yeah, I probably would want to put that into Plane Finder, really, just to prove to everybody that it's actually a certain plane and it matches up their location. But have we got enough details, like the direction they're looking? V-shaped UFO with 5 to 7 red lights. Well, we didn't see that, did we? Unless that's what was not that happened before they started filming. But again, it could be helicopters in formation with the red blinking light. We might be able to see it on Plane Finder. 28th of February. So we'll have to work out. Well, we'll leave it for another day, that one. I'll just keep pinning that one there. We'll come back on Plane Finder on that next live stream. We'll have a look at it when we got some more time. So UFO Stalker. Might have time just to look at one more and then shut down for the day. So here's another triangle one. Is that the one we looked at? Florida? I don't think we've seen that one.
Yep, they're Florida.
Come on. Get rid of that thing at the bottom. Almost looks like the same video though. Hovering, then path. Started off triangular with 3 lights and 3 triangles. Then we got off the phone and turned into a reddish yellow ball, then separated into hundreds of pieces out of the sides and bottom. Well, we got to get this one, haven't we? This one sounds really strange.
Yeah.
Might have to be another one for another day. Needed a quick, simple one, really. How big is it? 3 minutes, so it could take a while. 36 minutes, so this one's going to have to be left for another day too. So we're just putting that one, and I'll have it for next time.
You got my interest up. I want that thing to keep going into 100 pieces.
Are you watching it now, are you? Yeah, it doesn't play too.
No, I'm just trying. If I'm getting in my mind, I haven't even seen the freaking video.
Yeah.
It's your fault. It's your fault.
There we go. Abduction case back into 1990, being reported this year. So that's 29 years on, is it? 10, yeah, 29, I suppose.
Okay. Yeah, go for it.
And there's nothing there. Just one line. Memories and nightmares have always been taken since childhood. So, looks like they want.
Gee, let me turn it like that too.
Yeah, so I was just looking for a quick, simple photograph that we can look at. Oh, here's one. Green orbs. So there we go. Green orb one. Might be another long one. Texas. And is it video or photograph? Photograph. There we go. Looks like a big megapixel one again. Or very slow. Last time it took that long to load, it was a 6 megapixel, which isn't really that big. So it must be MUFON, his server is struggling. So yeah, definitely looks like we've got a row of orb lights there. But is it military flares, is the question. Yeah, this is one where you need the video, obviously. So it looks something up the top here. So let's save it. Quickly do a zoom in. Is Silver on Discord? Cody?
I'm sorry. What did you?
Is Cody on the Discord?
No, he is not. I've been watching. It's been quiet over there.
Okay. So what have we got here? Is that a star? Planet? Military flare? What's these ones down here? Where they're gone? I think I could see a smoke trail around it. They look equal distance, almost like it's been dropped. A plane going across. Illumination flares, I think. Is it near any military places? Have we got any more photographs? No. It could be also lens flare, couldn't it? Because we've got some bright lights down here.
On the light above it could be a plane light flying away that dropped them if they are flares.
Yes, it could be too. So, this is where we need. Looks like he's copyrighted it down here, is he? Yeah, something's not right with this already.
Solar eclipse.
Something's not right. So this bring it in. Which one was that green lights? There you go.
So if I'm understanding that description in the photo, took this during a photo eclipse or during a solar eclipse during the day.
Yeah.
A little mix of things.
I thought I saw some writing down here. Oh, there is. Okay, so
Yeah, see? Solar eclipse.
so that's a solar eclipse up in the corner there, not a plane going away. Is that what you're saying?
No, I know. I was covering the writing, notating that was solar eclipse. So I was wondering if this was taken during the day while the solar eclipse was taking place.
So what's that saying? All right, solar eclipse by Cynthia Johns. So it was last year. Solar eclipse, So where's the?
We had it here in the States.
So where's the sun? It's got to be that other blob in the sky up here.
I'm kind of curious. What's going on here?
Again, I think we're going to run out of time. Might have to leave it for another day. But I don't think we can find out too much on this one. Unless we can look on Plane Finder again. Let's see if there's any planes at that time.
Then it wouldn't require military, but copy
Is that the sun? Looks like eclipse. Look, it's going circular. So solar eclipse is where the moon.
Well, this would be during the daytime when the sun would be blotted out. So I don't think that's it.
Is that the moon?
Could be.
Moon. Yeah, I'm getting.
It's the sun. It's awfully darn small for the sun.
Solar eclipse means the sun, doesn't it? So hang on. Let's just make sure.
Yes.
Solar eclipse.
Yeah,
That's what it said on the photo, wasn't it? So I didn't misread it wrong. Eclipse.
Yeah. You're reading wrong. Solar eclipse was here last year in the States.
All right. So where the moon blocks out the sun. So I think that's what we're seeing in the picture. It's where the moon passes in front of the sun and creates a halo. And I think does that look like the moon's blocking out the sun?
No, not me. It's two fates. There's no delineation of any kind of coronal discharges or anything. So I don't think so.
They said they took it on the iPhone though, didn't they? With any filters, if they took it with filters. So something's not quite adding up here. So the moon would be passing. It doesn't sort of make sense to me.
Yeah.
And down here, what would that be? Oh. Let's just have a quick look, but I don't think it's going to help us much. Could that be the sun, and it could be lens flare happening? Could it be lens flare?
Well, possibly. What would be the source? That's the question. There's something unique there. Got a frame we're not seeing. Lights down the middle.
Yeah, it could be something out the side, you see, that we're not seeing.
Exactly, I'm afraid.
Mm. Solar eclipse. Anyway, I'm going to have to wrap up, I think. What does it say here about solar eclipse? I think it's moon passing. Solar eclipse occurs when a server on Earth passes through the shadow cast by the moon, which is fully or partially blocks the sun. So, yeah, that's what I'd expect to see in the photograph, something like that, you know. Although, there's one here. But that's the Soho, isn't it?
That's wonderful.
So it must be through a filter. It has to be through a filter, because you wouldn't aim your expensive phone at the sun, because it would just block.
Yeah, and a partial, there's no way.
It would burn out your sensor, you know, the CMOS sensor on it. I think she said it was on the phone, wasn't it? What someone said here. Looks really interesting, and what on earth it is. Moments before the solar eclipse, it says here. Must be going through a filter, surely. Has to be. I think we need some more information on that one. Texas. And why didn't she take a video of it? So kind of suspicious to me why people do that sort of thing, you know. You wouldn't just take a single snapshot, you would try and get it on video so you get as much detail as possible. But anyway, we've run out of time. It's coming up to 3 hours, and I just want to end my credits off here. I'm not too sure what we can do with that one, but maybe we can plug it into Plane Finder next time as well. So I'll just pin that one as well. And leave it there. And thanks for watching and liking and sharing and comment on the video itself on the channel. All helps. If you find out more information on these, by all means, come on Discord and let us know, and also post on the video itself comments. So I'll just wind off and have a good night, everybody. It's coming up to evening, nearing dinner time, my time. So we'll just switch to the end credits here and play the music. John, I'll just mute. You can stay on if you want.